Hi, welcome to my channel, and I'm Avery Raassen. I'd like to thank my girlfriend Jessica and her parents, Andrew and Nicky, for this wonderful gift. Okay, this is getting heavy now. They really didn't like me having an orange mixer. Most especially Jessica. She really hates orange. But you know, it's Holland's national color, and I'm trying to force her to love it every day. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 6, Nutella buns, or brioche with Nutella. After watching this video, you will be able to make them too. This is day 1 of a 2-day project, so you need to be patient. Get out your apron. You'll need a scale. Cut 160 grams of unsalted butter into little cubes, like this. Put that in the fridge and keep it for later. Next you'll need a mixing bowl, and in it goes 340 grams of bread flour, 48 grams of sugar, 12 grams of salt, 70 grams of water, and 3 eggs. We are using instant active yeast. Sprinkle in 14 grams. Do not let the yeast come in direct contact with the salt, because this will weaken the yeast. Use a hook attachment with your mixer. This is how the ingredients look before the mixing process. Give it a little mix, just to help combine the ingredients. Use the medium to low setting on your mixer. Let it run for about 4 minutes. The dough will start to form. You are free to do something else in the meantime. The dough will start to become firm and tight. Check your dough and scrape the bottom in case there is any build-up of unmixed ingredients. You can check the elasticity of the dough as well. Scrape well. At this point in time, it is good to use a probe thermometer to check the internal temperature. Here we have it at 26.1 degrees Celsius. Place the hook back in and work the dough further. Kneading the dough adds heat, and we don't want it to be too hot. Knead for another 10 minutes. While this is happening, drop half of your cold, cubed butter into the dough. At around the 4-minute mark, watch your dough to see if the first batch of butter has been dissolved, and then drop in the remaining half. Once the timer goes off, check the dough for any butter. If there are no more traces of butter, the dough is ready. Take a paper towel and some vegetable oil. Use a small amount and coat another mixing bowl. Keep it on standby. Dust your work surface with some plain flour. Take the hook out. Probe the dough to check the temperature again. It is at 25.1 degrees Celsius, which is good. The cold butter kept the temperature down during the kneading process. Scrape the dough out and onto the work surface. It should be smooth and shiny. You want to fold it in on itself. Don't worry about smoothing it out at this stage. Grab the dough and in a falling motion curl the dough into a ball and place in the oiled bowl. Wrap with cling film. Place it in the fridge. The yeast will make the dough rise slowly overnight, and the butter in the dough will firm up, making the dough easier to work with later on. Now it's time for the dough, and you, to rest until morning. This is day 2. Take the dough out of the fridge. You will see that the dough has risen to twice its original size. Dust your work surface with flour. Press down and flatten. Use a rolling pin with nice even strokes. Flip the dough to prevent it from sticking onto the work surface. Next we are going to use cling film to help us. Roll it out onto the work surface. Roll out multiple layers. Spray the cling film with a little oil spray. Transfer the dough sheet onto the cling film. Make sure the dough is shaped into a nice rectangle. Use a rolling pin if you need to. Don't worry about the air bubbles. Now it's time for my favourite part, the Nutella. Soften the Nutella with a spoon or spatula. Spread evenly. Spread a generous amount in the middle of the dough, creating a line. I saw that. Where's mine? Fold the dough with the Nutella as though you are making sushi rolls. Use the cling film to aid in the rolling. Tuck the dough in. Don't be afraid of handling the dough. Wrap the cling film from one end. Use a cutting board to assist you in rolling it tight. Watch the dough tighten. Pull the back of the cling film. Do it more than once to get a really nice roll going. Twist the ends. Lay out some cling film to wrap the ends to keep them in place. Place on a tray and put in the freezer for 1 hour to firm up. Go back to your resting dough in the freezer. Get ready a spray bottle with water. Set your oven to the lowest heat setting. 50 degrees Celsius or slightly under is fine. Spray the inside of your oven to create a humid environment. We don't want a dry heat to prove the dough. Check the firmness of the dough. It should feel quite firm. Bring it out and unwrap. Watch out for any loose cling film. You do not want to bake it with the film. My mum once ruined a lasagna that way. Cut portions from the dough, about 1 finger's width. If you have small fingers, you can double the size. Do some reshaping to make it round. Now we are going to show you 2 different ways you can style the Nutella buns. The first technique uses muffin tins and muffin cases. The second technique requires a round baking tin. Spray it generously with oil. Place about 6 rounds of dough close to each other. If they are smaller, place more to fill the tin. Place the remaining dough in the muffin cases. Don't worry about the dough not fitting the muffin case. The dough will prove into the shape. Prove in the oven for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on your home temperature. If you have a cooler kitchen, it will take more time. Spray water inside the oven every 15 minutes while proving to ensure the dough doesn't dry out. Once it has doubled in size, we are ready to bake. Turn up the heat in the oven to 195 degrees Celsius. The ones in the muffin case may look like they have sunken, but you do not need to worry. Avery is using a thermometer gun to help accurately read the oven temperature. He is glad it comes in orange. In goes the dough. He looks excited. Out they come, and now I can't wait. You can see that the sunken dough has risen. While it is still hot, sprinkle some grated dark chocolate on the top, if you want to make it fancier. What more could you want? Warm brioche with melted Nutella. And there you have it, Avery's version of Nutella buns. Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, please leave a thumbs up, comment and subscribe. See you next time.